We will open the Newton County Board of Commissioners meeting for April 7th with the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of payroll and longevity for 3/27/26.
Seconds.
Motion from Steve, second from Rob to approve the payroll and longevity. All those in favor? Aye. Approval of claims for 4/7/26.
Make that motion. Pass it. Second.
Motion from Steve, second from Rob to approve the claims. All those in favor?
Aye.
Approval of credit card claim in the amount $1,392.70. 139270.
Motion. Second.
Motion from Steve, second from Rob to approve the credit card claims. All those in favor? Aye. Sharon, PTO requests.
Tammy submitted that. It was, I had submitted that back in January for myself and one of the other employees. We tried to squeeze in our last vacation day, but the snow kind of threw a wrench in that. So I did put a request in mid-January, but I think it just is overlooked. So Tammy put it on the agenda for today.
And these are just extending them.
Yes,
Just one day.
just one for each of us, yes.
Make a motion to.
I have a motion from Rob, second from Steve to approve the PTO request from Highway. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
We'll let you know, yeah.
We're 8:45 appointment. Christine?
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Back on March 24th, we had a plan commission meeting. This was to rezone a parcel in Lake Village. The address is 8943 North 300 West. Currently, it says as a R1 zoning, which is a residential zoning. The structure on that plot of land is a apartment building, 6-unit. So the gentleman, Marco Borsich, wanted to change the zoning from a R1 to an appropriate R2, which is a multi-use as far as a multiple family use zoning. The board had a favorable recommendation for this. I'm just seeking your recommendation of whether it's favorable, unfavorable, or no recommendation.
Motion from Steve, a second from Rob to approve the rezoning from the building department. All those in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you. We have copies of those in our emails, correct?
Yes.
Josh, Connor, Grand K Trail Riders, sorry.
You'll have to forgive me, my hearing aid's broken. They sent the hearing impaired today. I'm here to request a road permit for our 23rd annual motorcycle event in Newton County. And I've brought our insurance and the road bond check and the proposed route for some of the road usage. It's still in the works yet. We're finishing that tomorrow. So we're working again in conjunction with Lincoln County, our Lincoln Township Fire Department. Beaver Township's also come on board to do a fundraiser in the morning, and with the Newton County Sheriff's Reserves. So I would like another road permit.
What's the date on that? The date?
It is the 19th of April. It's a little bit last minute, but given all that's happened in the county in the last couple of weeks, we're behind.
Okay, Sharon?
What's that?
Yes, if I could get,
Oh, sorry.
if I could get a map or something.
I have a map.
Okay, perfect.
I only have one.
Okay.
This is.
Do you need this back? Do you need it
Yeah,
back?
I can make as many copies as you can.
Okay,
I give that to the fire departments and the sheriff's department as well.
Okay, thank you.
And then whoever wants the insurance stuff and the bond check. We also have a Saturday event, but there's no road usage, so it's a family closed course event on the Miller property on Saturday. And that's what Morocco Beaver Township Fire Department's coming out for the Saturday fundraiser. Lincoln Township does a fundraiser on Sunday. And then we only use the sheriff's reserve. We pay the sheriff's reserve for making sure that nobody tears up the road or does anything illegal. So they're at every crossing and every road point that's got major traffic, so.
How many years? Yeah, how many years you been doing this?
This would be 24 if it wasn't for COVID, so 23rd.
Sweet.
Motion from Rob, second from Steve to approve the road usage permit, for the Grand Kankakee Trail Riders for April 19th. Bruce, all those in favor?
Aye.
Perfect, thank you.
That's-
Jim?
Well, let y'all know that I work with HR and we've got 4 people hired. 2 of them are looking at, are interested in part-time, 2 are interested in full-time. We immediately started those in training. One of them started the same day that we hired. The other 3 started that week. Things are going well with that training. I'm hoping that we'll have them up and going, definitely by the end of May. And then I'll be hosting next week, the Indiana State Police IDAX Fall IDAX meeting. We hosted the government center next week, so we'll have a lot of people coming in for that. Thanks.
Well, with that, he's not gonna do it. So where are we at on the radio project? You haven't sent any updates?
So Terry was supposed to be sending those out. He's not sending those anymore. I haven't been copied on any of them. Okay, I have a meeting with him later this afternoon and then I got invited to the session tomorrow. If that's permitted, Matt and I both did for the meeting tomorrow.
Who invited you?
Terry did. Terry sent a message out, so, okay, okay, that's fine.
So, so I guess probably need to update the public, but we're still on VHF.
We're still running, fire and EMS is still running on VHF. And the sheriff's office is still running on the 800 system. And we've adjusted a lot of the tone volumes. We think we got all the volume issues resolved now with the VHF and headsets and everything else on, so.
Thanks.
Hmm?
Hopefully, so are you for economic development? No.
Let's see.
Good morning. We're working with the long-term recovery group. We have a meeting tonight. And it sounds like they're got everything in place to move forward, as far as their agreements, as well, as everything that was required from Jane Grady, from the state, the VOAD company or the VOAD group. So hopefully coming out of tonight's meeting, we should be set in place that they can go ahead and handle everything from here. They have 4 caseworkers that they're gonna get trained to handle the funds and stuff. to be able to recommend people, for those funds that were raised and stuff for the county. The individual assistance, is going good. There was 60 people, last I heard, that applied for individual assistance through the state. And, sounds like all the applications that have been submitted are probably gonna be approved, to the extent of the full amount that, is being offered and stuff, so. I can't confirm or deny that 100%, but that's the way it was sounding like it's gonna happen, so. We're thankful for that, and even talking with, Kankakee County, Illinois, they don't even have anything through the state for individual assistance for disasters and stuff, so. Thankfully, our state is ahead of the game and is able to provide that for everybody that's been affected and stuff. The Small Business Association, is coming in. That's kind of the next step, to offer the low interest rate loans and stuff through Small Business Association for anybody that wants to apply for it. I've just heard conflicting reports on the approval process through them. I've heard that you almost have to have dang near perfect credit to do it, but then talking to Kankakee County, she said, credit scores of like in the 500, they're processing and approving and stuff, so. Not sure where to take it from there, but they are gonna come in, gonna work with the Lake Village Public Library, to set up offices for them in there and stuff, and they can be there 6 days a week, during the library's hours and stuff, so. Hopefully we get some applications through that and get them approved for that. Everybody's been great through the cleanup efforts. Everything's looking pretty good out there, I think. Come a long way, and volunteers, groups and citizens that have come in to help has been a huge help. But I think now we're getting to the point where it's gonna involve a lot of heavy equipment to move the rest of the debris out to the roadway and stuff, so we'll concentrate on that, and I'll bring that up tonight with the long-term recovery group and see if there's anybody willing to donate equipment in time to help everybody get their stuff to the road and stuff. So highway's been a rock star, cleaning up all the roadsides and stuff. So it's been going good. I'm very happy with the progress. I applied for my salary grant, and seems like that's already gonna be approved and stuff, so for last year. Update for the multi-hazard mitigation plan, I just have to submit a flood plan to them, to help move forward and stuff, but I kind of put that on the back burner a little bit because of the tornado, so. But we're back on schedule with that, and yeah. Going good, so.
Did Rick get a hold of you for Neymar yesterday?
No.
I talked to him this week.
I can call him if we need be.
He might have an update on the FEMA stuff.
Oh,
I talked to him yesterday for a little bit,
okay,
so told me he was gonna reach out to you.
okay. Yeah, I'll look forward to his call, or if I need to call him, I can call him too. Thank you.
Got a couple things. So the biggest thing on the agenda for EMS is still staffing. I feel like I've talked to you guys about this a whole bunch. We have one full-time spot that's open. It's on yesterday's shift, and it's been creating just a whole bunch of issues finding coverage. We, for the next month's schedule, moved an EMT to fill that open spot from a spot on today, tomorrow's shift. But what essentially I think that's gonna do is there's people that work part-time and full-time other places that their shift days don't coincide with that spot that was open, so hopefully going forward, they can help fill that hole. But for April, because of that open spot, we still have 9 12-hour shifts that are not covered. So there's a whole bunch of gaps in the schedule for April, so we've been leaning heavy on our full-time staff to pick up extra. They've helped us through January and February and March. April, it looks like people are tapped out, so we might have some unstaffed ambulances later in the month if we can't fill it. So we have interviews Thursday and Friday for both EMTs and paramedics. So we're working on getting some more people into some seats, but unfortunately, they're probably not going to be able to work until May. It's just going to take time to do training and orientation and stuff. We've been talking about doing some fast track stuff to get people through the process quicker and onto trucks. I think our current orientation process is just taking a lot longer than is ideal. And that's because if people are coming on part-time, they've got to juggle like full-time responsibilities somewhere else. So they might only be available a handful of days a month to do orientation, and it just draws the process out. So we're looking at some ways to fast track that. Aside from the staffing stuff, we're working on getting that new ambulance in service. It's at Lake Township Fire right now. We had the people out that do the stretchers, the things that we move patients on, to get that installed. And they had a hiccup yesterday. They'll have to come back later this week. We're working on getting an oxygen system put into that truck and just everything moved over and the graphics on it, so it's ready to go. I'm hoping that'll be working the streets like in the next 45 to 60 days. So the staff's very excited about that truck. It seems like it's been pretty positive feedback so far. So, other than that, I don't have much more to report.
Sorry, with Kyle here. Did the speaker system ever get hammered out with the North Base issues?
It's better.
But they're gonna quote us new, I don't know the word of the hardware off my head, but they're gonna quote us a new one for it.
Okay,
Are you talking about the amplifier?
Amplifier, thank you.
we have a vendor that's able to do that. We think
And they're
that,
gonna do both, just because both are old
okay,
for north and south.
okay. Alright, perfect, thank you. Let's see, Kristen. Kyle, did you have anything to show us?
Yeah, go.
Good morning.
Morning.
Just asked to put together a list of PCs to donate to the North Newton Elementary. I have 13 PCs. I got 13 PCs here. Just need your approval. There will be no hard drive on it, so data can't be taken off of it. It's just for them to pull apart and look at stuff.
So I can do a resolution
Okay,
to the school, and then as a matter of courtesy, I'll do one from the school back to us.
okay.
If you guys just want to approve that.
Make a motion approved.
Second.
Motion from Steve, second from Rob to approve the
PC donations.
donations.
And this is to Morocco.
Grade school.
Grade school.
All in favor?
Aye. That's fine. I reminded her last night that we do.
I'm not hurt.
And then, I don't know if you saw an email back or not, I got with Mark earlier to get clarification on his request, so whatever he is requesting as far as the IT part of it, that's completely fine.
This is for the PCs.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a quote yesterday. It was a little high, so I'm
Okay.
asking for a new one.
Okay, perfect. So then that's good. I just need clarification on the other part, we're all good with that, so.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you. Longware's not here. I did see that they're gonna be starting that.
He is here.
Where? I can't see you, I'm sorry.
I just
You were really hiding over there. I'm telling you, I could not see you over there.
Nice try.
Okay, the first thing I got is our work one employee.
Okay.
He started yesterday and I think he's gonna work out good, so the summer coming up, I'll keep him busy.
Okay.
So, next one is the animal shelter sign. I don't know if you guys seen it, but the one on the building is actually, the phone number is no longer in service. And the sign's starting to come apart. So I need to know if you guys want me to put animal control or animal shelter.
Thanks, Christine.
I think animal control is fine.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'll get that going and get that. And I'll make sure I get the right phone number before I can make
Yeah,
it.
so there's been a bunch of confusion.
Yeah.
I've had posted on the Facebook page. And
Yeah,
other sites letting them know that the number is not correct on the building.
so I'll let you know when that's done. Next thing is, I have Cinta's reached out to me about the floor mats for like in the courthouse, in the government center. The one quote I got was $21.10 a week. For that would be the courthouse. And the other one was, like $10 a month for the government center. Or a week.
Need one there. Had this issue in the past with them,
We bought our own,
yeah.
and then we don't have Centos anymore.
That's up to you. I know in the winter it gets they get pretty nasty, so.
Cleans them down.
But we do. So like they're due for I'm gonna start power washing was what we end up doing, but
So we do have some Tassin. Or not?
No, we don't.
Okay, so then
We
they-
used to.
They want to,
it's like a weekly, bi-weekly service. They come in every 2 weeks.
Like a uniform service.
you know,
But as
we had them before,
Right now.
but the problem was
Yeah.
that it's just.
No, but
it became
I threw a couple out because they just get so bad.
Yeah. So that's why we ended up.
So what's the cost of replacing it?
I've never replaced one yet, so,
Find out. So,
okay, so should I buy one for them? Should I try to get a price from them or,
price of the new and cost of new.
Okay.
I think we actually bought the ones we had from Centos last 2 years ago.
If
Like
you
what
can-
we had already had, we purchased them direct and then what we done.
If you can find that and just shoot it over to him, just so we have an idea. Cause yes, we did have Centos in the past and it did turn into. Okay, that's why we went with it.
okay, I don't know what the problem was, but. I know we used them before in my other places and they seem to be pretty good, but I don't know. Down here it's different.
We just have to be too expensive.
Yeah,
for
okay,
What we had, but. The service that
Okay.
they're providing, so.
okay. Next thing is, I don't know if you got my email for the cabin.
Go ahead.
He wanted to come out and reseal it again, but with the shape it's in, I don't know if you guys wanna spend the money.
What's the last price tag? On there, 80,000? Yeah,
I think it was 80 and then we found out the roof wasn't included in that, or something came up right after that.
The last quote. There's a.
It was expensive the last time, yeah.
Isn't it like $3,000 a year we've been paying it to maintain?
Yeah. This year's gonna be 3850. But he wasn't sure he wanted to do it with the shape it was in, so.
You don't know how much we have in it altogether.
No, we don't.
We're not keeping track of it.
I'm kind of curious, actually.
We're on the upper side of 400,000. We put in that building since we had.
Wow. What was the last quote to make it?
It was over 100,000 to fix the floor and the sag. What's happening is the logs are rotting on one side and it's starting to cave in.
Some point it'll be beyond repair.
Mhm.
I think it's got a point there.
We've got a lot of places we need to spend money. Town hall.
You want to table it and
Well,
Yeah. Let's-
table
Okay.
it.
let's just like, we're really going to this now.
Okay.
20 weeks again. I mean, we meet some.
I'll send you guys the estimate that they give me for last year.
Yeah, that, we have to last this.
Yeah.
Where would we find the information on when they actually quote unquote restored it? Or did the restoration for it to be safe for people?
This last one. It should be.
No, this would have been 8 years ago, 7 years ago. It would have been the initial money that we put in.
After this meeting. Because it's been a while.
Yeah.
I have to go through minutes, I guess, and see where. In the audition,
Alright,
a suggestion, where the last time this came out, big goal, So we talked to the Nature Conservancy guys, they were interested, they said they didn't have it. Still think that's an interesting concept, just running down out to the.
Would it be there's any consideration?
Well, it's just. Can't be a perfect out of it, too, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't want anything, they don't want it to disappear.
Right.
And a lot of people don't want to put more money in it, and I'll leave that then,
Yeah,
but, it would be nice if we could find a use for it in process on it. Or much.
You, if I remember correctly, was John Higley still here when that quote came up for it to be refurbished?
At least
I'm
one,
thinking,
yes.
thinking how many years ago was he here to kind of get a time frame?
You're correct, he was one of those, but I'm not so sure that's been done since that, yeah.
That it got, or he made the quote or got the quote originally, so going back to when John Higley was still here.
That would probably be in that time frame.
yeah, that's where I'm coming with the 75 to 80,000 that we originally put into it, because that was where the conversation had went to. If we put that money into it, then it could be utilized for field trips or when they have the fishing derby and so on. and so forth.
And a lot of commitments that we're gonna use it, to my knowledge.
Yes.
Yes. Over. I think council's gonna find it hard to put a lot of money. Because of, there's a lot of it in the gaps, a lot of other needs in the county.
Next thing is the George Aid. Chrissy got hold of me and, she wanted to know if we could do any of the demolition out there. Like the kitchen and cabinets and stuff like that. I told her I'd have to ask you guys, but I told her that we'd have to work around the schedule for the county, you know. I'm not gonna go out there and put something off just to go out there. But as long as we have time, I don't have a problem with going out there, so.
Speaking of that, Cape Adcock would like to bring a demolition of the kitchen, the historical society would like some of the stuff. Cabinets or something. Yes, that don't try to. So just need a resolution to get it to this.
That was the next thing. She wants to make a little kitchen in one of the bathrooms in the historical society. So that's up to you guys if you wanna take a bathroom out and,
We're taking it out anyway, we might as well get it.
yeah, we're gonna use the cabinets out of there is what she wanted, so.
Yeah.
You okay with that? Okay, so that's gonna be another thing. We'll have to work around it, but
Yeah, Linda will just have to come up with a resolution for them to take an action and you guys can decide.
okay.
That's the historical.
Yes.
Yes.
You have to get some other stuff.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Well, I know you had a voice in this too. didn't you? Okay,
Okay, that's it.
and I saw that you put out to all staff, but just to remind everybody,
Yeah, so the project is going pretty good. I mean, I don't think we're gonna have a problem. I mean. We all walk through everything and everything's gonna be good, so,
starting this Thursday.
yeah. And then the demolition will start, next week, so. Then we're gonna have a box outside. I'll make sure it's out of everybody's way, so they can store their tools, equipment and stuff in it. And, so, but I'll make sure somebody's here, cause I don't have a problem. So.
Okay.
But
And if you do run into any snags, just.
yeah, I'll keep you guys informed, but I don't see anything. Other than being, we'll be in the way once a couple of times, but. Okay,
Thank you. Diane, go ahead, sorry.
All right, hello. Fine, how are you? So I have a copy here for all of you. We had talked about some credits that were gonna be coming through, so I got notification through email that those are the credits for the month. So I have a copy for you and for the auditor's office too, just to have that, because I don't know if those have come through on the bill yet. And then I had reached out to Abby, so just kind of let you know, we had talked about the beginning of the year doing twice a week pickup. But from an operations standpoint, they're gonna come up with some other options at those 3 sites because they're not in our area, twice a week to do that. So they're putting together another proposal to make sure that we're either adding a container or putting some larger containers at those sites to help with some of the overages and things that are happening at those sites. But as soon as I have that, I'll share it with all of you guys to take a look at. But they've been really good to work with. It's just something that we caught kind of together at the same time. And so we're working out a solution right now. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Brian?
I don't know
Welcome.
why, I'm still orienting myself.
You're fine.
How was your first month? Since we were all checked
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really just sort of have questions rather than anything to put out. So we have a homeless veteran that walked from Marshall County all the way here into Newton County the other day into the highway department in Morocco. Generally, we're sort of in a resource desert when it comes to veteran stuff out here in Newton County. I had to end up taking him originally to regional mental health. They held him for 2 days and then he was released to transient housing with the VA. But for the day before, I had to come out of pocket for a hotel stay. I put him up in the economy end right there, 65 and 14. I know it's in my budget. I just need someone to walk me through how to do that. I saved all the receipts, all of the mileage, all of that. I've not had a chance. I'm still like right now, I was talking on the phone. That's why I was late with the VA about the situation. He's still transient. He is not in stable housing. I've been going back and forth between the office and there for 3 days now. So I know I've got so much more to, but other than that, I don't have anything. I'm just orienting myself to how Newton County does things versus Lake County. Yeah. So I really came to answer any questions if you guys had any.
We apologize.
No, it's okay. I totally understand. Like I said on the phone, everything is cattywampus because of the storm. I understand it. I'm just sitting back. I just don't want to miss any deadlines or bills or anything like that, you know.
So I guess the 2, 3 main things that pop into my head is, did the former VSO have, like, so we have credit cards, like for, we did that, okay, so that's already.
So, I was told by Tammy that it had to be voted on because it had.
Well, I already called the bank and this should be done.
Okay, so I don't physically have control of that credit card.
And then, everything else that needed to be transferred from Greg to yourself statewide, is that?
So that was seamless. I just had to get a hold of the IDVA in Indianapolis. They switched me over same day. They're paying my subscription fees for the program that we use for all of that. I'm still dealing on the federal level right now. I might have to go to Chesterton today, my federal ID card where I log in to see everybody's federal information, is the PIN number got reset somehow. So I have to repair that today, but other than that, everything was seamless otherwise. I've already been filing claims. There's a celebration of life this weekend for a fallen veteran, Bob Gonzi, I'm sorry, at the Lake Village Community Center, the town center, whatever that is there. And then I'm already talking with all of the Legion posts about the upcoming property tax stuff, which I finally got some solid information from the state that is going to be concrete, and I'm going to bring that up with the auditor's office and get ahead of that before the July deadline for that, because that's going to be pretty significant.
But yes, anything budgetary or any questions when it comes to that type of stuff, just.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then anything you need from us, just, we're kind of getting.
I'm just trying to, get in there right now. If I have anything like for here, it'll always come to you guys first.
Okay, perfect.
Stacy, who would they, so I called the bank and had them transfer for, where the hell? Who would they mail that card to? Would be the auditors or?
That I'm not exactly sure about, but I thought you guys did have to make. I thought you
I
said.
think they have to have a minute. They have to have a copy of the minute.
Take a vote on it, I'm pretty sure.
Is it okay?
Cause we had to do that with yours, correct? Sorry, I don't mean to throw you.
No, no, yeah.
So you just have to make a motion to approve the credit card to be transferred from Greg Willis to Brian Sawyer.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll stick in it.
motion from Steve, second from Rob, to make the motion to approve the to transfer Greg Willis's credit card to Brian Sawyer. All those in favor?
So Stacy, can you get that? Minutes to the Power State Bank?
We will get them there, yes.
Thank you. Excellent.
So then at that point, yes,
But I get one too.
I called in for you too.
I've never gotten it. It's been
Okay,
like-
so then- okay.
While we're talking there.
Taking care of
We have
business.
a Motion. A motion from Steve.
Okay.
A motion from Steve, a second from Rob to approve the transfer of the EMS credit card from Jeremy Calze to Mark Humfer. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Okay. Alright, so those two are taken care of.
Yeah.
Anybody else is need to be transferred into.
No,
Okay.
transfer, but I'll take it.
Okay,
That's it. That's all I've got.
so yeah, so if it does end up coming to the commissioner's office, Jody's very good about getting those sent over to whomever.
Excellent.
Alright,
Yes, thank you.
okay,
All right, thank you.
I'm good, alright, good deal. Alright, assessor, you're up and down, that's it here. Alright, so old business, we still had Lake Arrow had a state on here, but I don't think we did anything further with. This conversation, okay.
He reached out to me yesterday, when I called back, voicemail, so
Okay,
I'll tell him maybe I'm so unfortunate. I'll say, there's nobody there, we gotta do anything.
were you here for that conversation, Sharon?
So they kind of.
They're asking for a load, they're asking for a load of asphalt.
At the airport.
Right at the entrance off of 10 where they get their mail and all that. They're asking for just the asphalt. They've got the equipment. The ability to haul it. They just, it's, what would we say?
Well, originally we were figuring it around. There's no issue, but now we're not gonna have that, so just. Give them a little, they'll do all the work. Let's give them a little.
All we have is code mix. And, I mean,
I'll just get him to the next meeting if he wants to come back and.
and are they wanting you to do it right off of the 10? Because if it's that entrance, that's the state. That's their right of way.
Well, it's after the right of way, so where their fence is, it's on that old concrete. It's just coming apart, and that's what he came and asked us for. Cause it's private, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But there's a ton of homes and
They don't have a homeowners association anymore.
I don't think they do, yeah, they used to, I don't know if they still do.
Cause I know they did a couple of years ago, someone reached out to me asking about if we could take those roads back over again. The only way we can do that is if they put them back to par. So, and I don't know, they don't have a way to financially do that.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'll reach out to him and see if he can just come to the next meeting where the councils, everybody's there and.
so are we donating that, or is that
If we
something
decide
that I
to do
would
it.
charge? What's that?
If we decide to do that, I guess.
We need to research a little bit. There was conversation about roads in Winley a number of years ago. Commissioners at the time, council at the time. I don't remember what the outcome was. I don't even remember and I know it had to do with roads and redoing something. I don't remember what we did or if we did anything.
He had a lot of history on it,
Yeah.
but to be honest, there's been a lot of water under the bridge.
There's sure. This subject has come up before, but I can't tell you what we did. Don't remember it.
What I recall is, they had rollers and the man hours, equipment, they just wanted to.
It
wasn't for the dollars, it's kind of,
Yeah, so I want to say it was $1,200.
it was not there enough.
So.
If we can just keep this on for our next meeting, and then if you.
I was just gonna say, if it's a project you guys are really interested in, just don't question how to do it, if economic development can help you, just let us know. Right.
Cause then we can reach out to him and then, cause I know he did come. The week of the chaos, so I don't know if we got
He told me about coming.
Well, no, so yes, so then we'll just give them the opportunity to come back, we can have more conversation.
The next meeting.
Yeah, cause I don't have his phone number. But this is all came through Ron.
So then we'll just keep that on. Okay, new business, Newton County landfill, I moved the office here.
Here.
Sorry. I saw you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Good morning. Want to pass that on to them. So we had an opportunity a little over a month ago to present to Linda and Steve, on our third amendment to the host agreement. As I mentioned, I think it was several weeks before that at the county, board meeting, that third amendment allows us, it's already done, set in stone of how we would actually go about, bringing landfill gas to energy projects to Newton County, utilizing the landfill gas at, the landfill. We used to sell a portion of our gas to Cascades, but they shut down. So therefore, right now, we're just flaring that off. We had a developer come to us, recently, and, so we're looking to get into a contract with that developer, that would be taking over the rights of the landfill gas for the next 20 years. The county is afforded 25% of the revenues generated off that gas. That was already set in the third amendment. So I'm just here before the board to ask for approval to move forward to work with that vendor on a contract. In the third amendment, the landfill takes on the responsibility of entering in a contract. And then we come back and tell you the details of that contract, or we tell Steve and Linda, that group. So, yeah, it's.
And we're not making any changes to.
There's no changes to the third amendment. We did talk to Steve and Linda about the fact that they're gonna have to come before planning and zoning and stuff like that. Right now, it looks like they'll have to put in about 15 miles of pipeline just to get to the landfill. They wanna do an RNG, so they're gonna obviously take our gas, refine it and push it into a pipeline. And then they're looking to buy about 4 to 6 acres out in the area that's already zoned by the county for development of landfill gas.
Proceed, right? What Ryan said.
Linda, you looked over everything and.
I have a motion from Steve and a second from Rob to approve the landfill's request to proceed with his, proceed with their contract.
Thank you.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
With new business, economic development appointment, Scott Carlson had sent the email this morning. Commissioners, the council voted at their March meeting to recommend to you Matt Gibson for the position on economic development board. That requires council recommendation. The council meeting minutes reflecting this action should be available and approved at council's April meeting. Thank you. Scott Carlson, you county council. So that was a recommendation that comes to us. To the. Motion from Steve, second from Rob to approve the recommendation for Matt Gibson to the Economic Development Board. All those in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Opposed, aye. Okay. Other matters. I mean. Between the two of you.
I just wanted to make mention of that, that bill for Cedar Lake, the town of Cedar Lake.
We've already gotten that taken care of.
Oh, okay, so, okay, all right.
Yes, thank that gentleman right there.
Okay, thank you.
Scott,
Ready for me?
yes.
Well, maybe. Maybe. No, so, first of all, my council had on, make sure you got the recommendation. Apologize for not getting it to you sooner. It kind of hit me yesterday to read it. Well, I don't think I emailed that, so. Yeah, then with my council hat off, as off as you could get, because you guys know how this is when I've had several residents of the county come to me with questions, concerns, I guess, a little bit. Most of them generated after the sheriff's video. That was on, sure, it was on with the updates of what was going on lately. And I want to say right off the bat that none of these people were not sympathetic to what was going on. They have concerns about the cost to the county of all the cleanup of private stuff. I didn't have any answers to tell them. So I told them I'd come and see what's going on. If my council had kind of back on. I also have some concerns about what, you know, the dollars, how we're gonna manage all this. With, cause we haven't got much information on what it's costing. There's a lot of rumors going around that might be true, that we're not gonna be chip sealing this year because of this. I want to remind everybody that the council approves a budget. It is pretty specific by line. I mean, we don't get into exactly what really, although we usually get a list to us and we expect that to be done, or at least have some conversation about using that money differently, like we did with the Skipper, was it the other day? Or at the last meeting, I think. So, you know, that from a council standpoint, and as soon as possible, if we could get some kind of information on what the cost estimate's gonna be to get this done. But once again, it's one of those areas that you feel bad about even asking, because it's not that you aren't sympathetic to what happened up there, but we do have the rest of the county to, so some of the concerns I've heard from citizens, taxpayers, residents that don't live immediately in that area, they weren't aware of maybe the county's involvement in the cleanup. And the biggest concerns I hear, and I heard Matt make reference to it again, was bring the debris to the roads so the highway department can pick it up. When did the questions I hear, and some of these I agree with almost all of it. When did it become government's job to do the private sector part? And you know, what's the cost? Are we going to get reimbursed for that? And not necessarily through FEMA or another federal agency. You know, the homeowners, you know, it's that would be their responsibility. I've heard a couple of people mention that. Well, one in particular had a big building, high winds, wasn't a tornado, but it was high winds. Took the roof completely off of a 2-year-old big building, shot. No one from the county came in and helped them clean up or provide dumpsters or things like that. So I just want you to be aware that there is some talk going around, and we probably, if we can answer some of those questions. Everybody that said something to me about it is very much in tune with the, you know, the first few days, first week, whatever. Obviously, things had to be done. There had to be decisions made. Things had to be done to get it. And no one has a problem with that. But now, 3 weeks into it, people are beginning to wonder why their tax knowledge, which everybody understands, like you, it's not off our property taxes, it's our excess. But it's still public money. If they're concerned about how much is being spent in this matter. So I guess I'm looking for something to tell them. What the plan is, where we think our cost is gonna be. Are we not gonna chip and seal roads?
So if we don't chip and seal, it would probably be only because of time. I only right now currently have a staff of 13. So it's a little hard to keep up with everything. IDEM/FEMA, this is part of the processes. They came in and said, you gotta get it to the roadside. This is how we keep track of the true expense for the governors who have even signed the declaration stating, yes, there truly is, you meet this threshold of the damage amount. So in order to justify that, it's, and Homeland Security and IDEM told us, get it to the roadside so that we as a highway department haul it out and keep track of, based on cubic yards, that's how they determine your dollar amount of damage to that particular area. So then we can give them, here's the dollar amount, FEMA. And please correct me if I'm wrong, but FEMA pretty much will say we can give you up to 75 cents to the dollar, maybe 50 cents to the dollar back of that damage. So that's, again, also part of the process. So if I don't keep track of that stuff, if we don't, there will be no money coming from FEMA at all, or even a possibility of it. So that's why we've all had to do this process, is the way I'm understanding it. And again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but so the expense does have to come from somewhere. And like I said, I mean, we were told as a highway department, your job is to get that stuff and calculate it. So that's what, but we can't go off of those roadsides, so that's why they're saying, get it to the roadside, the highway will.
I guess my concern is, and what I've heard from some others, a couple of people that had big concerns. Have connections in Illinois in storm damage areas there, and they just took care of it. I mean, the landowners, and I know that everything's different.
Yeah.
Matt, can you weigh in on that?
So, yeah, any declaration of a disaster, your emergency funds, through the county help pay for, and reimburse the different departments involved with cleanups and stuff. Yeah, Sharon was right, collecting all the debris and managing that and collecting all that data. So yes, that the state does make their report to FEMA to say, FEMA, you need to reimburse this county for their expenditures for this cleanup of this disaster. And, I don't know if you can weigh in on what Rick has said with FEMA so far.
The very first thing that anybody said to us, Pascal, Larry, it is an unincorporated area. It is not a town. It is not a city. So, right, so at that point, that's where every single part of the conversation was. It was all county related, because all of our departments are county run. Everything that was going to be happening was going to be, it was all going to fall back on me.
Well, and rightfully so, I don't disagree with that. I mean, the most local government for that, well, it's like, but it is the county. I don't question that responsibility. What I question is are we gonna have we're not gonna have resources to do things in the other 95% of the county that were scheduled to be done, that need to be done. I don't want all the answers. I'm telling you what our concerns are out in the.
I mean, I understand those concerns, Scott, but it's not every day. I mean, 3 tornadoes come through.
No,
So
I
if it
understand
came through
that,
down here,
but
if it
we
came
have-
through down here, Scott, I guess in my opinion, I would feel the same way. Though some of those projects is, you gotta take care of everybody in the county, right? So unfortunately, some of those people are worse off than other people. Like.
No, I agree.
So in my mind, that's why when those meetings, I wasn't in some of those meetings, because at that time I still deal with public safety, but in those meetings, that's this Mr. Pascal, I can't remember Larry's last name, but they sat in these meetings and they talked about how once if the governor, and he did, declared, it was a disaster, that then there would be state funds. That's why Sharon was instructed to bring everything to the road. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you're weighing every truck, correctly?
Yes.
I mean, they have to have all that information, so we get reimbursed that money, Scott, so it's not. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get it.
Well, we hope. Yeah, it sounds like on the state level, we're gonna get some of that for sure. So I get the point of, it's not to me so much the funding. I mean, it is the funding, but it's the like what she's saying is she's got 13 people. At some point we gotta we gotta get it wrapped up to start going back and getting ready for chip and seal and
And
the
I
other
think
stuff.
that's where the big concern is, they see that we're still spending all our resources there when there's other things in the county that
Yeah,
realize.
I mean, I think those are legitimate questions, so, but. I mean, it's a process, I mean, it
You know,
wasn't,
then I've heard comments say, well, you know. Private industry, private business should be doing some of this and then they get reimbursed. You know, from where I'm just telling you what I'm hearing.
who,
Well, it would have to come through the county, but yeah. When those funds come back in, then you pay the private business, so the county can keep functioning on the jobs that other jobs they need to be doing, the scheduled jobs.
so
Just tell me
Sharon,
what I hear.
to clarify that, how far behind has this put you?
Right now, we're okay because we were, as far as checking our roads for getting our chip seal list ready, we were actually ahead of the game. So, but again, we're set back on patching and we did have a bad winter, so. But now that we are on our summer hours, and again, this is, you know, kind of sucks, but we'll have to go into, Fridays. Having patch crews go out on Fridays. We're not gonna be all staff on Fridays, but, we've had some guys say that they would absolutely, do some overtime and we can throughout the week slow down and pull people off. Like today, we do have a grader out today. So we are trying to, because right now there's nothing dangerous out there. So we are pulling and trying to still try to stay as best ahead of the game as possible. We're not just like stopping everything and all staying up there.
But
I
I
mean,
mean, kind of up until this week though, there hasn't been much done. I mean.
correct,
if it's
we
emer-
have
if it's
done
an
some,
emergency,
yes, if there was
Yeah.
emergency, we
I
have,
mean,
but,
that's what I've been. People are
but
just
no,
concerned.
yeah,
I understand the concerns, but it's only been a month.
yeah.
I mean, it seems like a year ago already, but it's really been a month.
No.
I mean, we even had to stop and try to rotate to do truck service, you know, to try to keep up with those trucks because, you know, again, they have to be serviced every so often. So we're still making it work. That's why I ask for people to please be patient because we will have to pull and we have pulled from some areas to go into other areas. So we are trying to juggle it. And I feel like right now we're starting to loosen up and be able to do that. Like we are making notes of people that are calling. We're appreciating and thanking them we know we've got a lot of places that we need a pothole patch. We are working on those, again, but then we had Easter weekend, so, you know, and then bad weather, the rain, you know, it's kind of, we've just been slammed left and right, but we are definitely not going to ignore and we are, you know, like I said, just kind of shuffling here and there and okay, we may not have a full crew out there doing tree removal, debris removal, because we'll have a couple guys doing this or doing that. So we are starting to loosen up on that. So I think probably where most of the people are complaining is from the first month. But now we are seeing a slight light at the end of the tunnel. So we are able to try to utilize them in other places. So we are. The chip seal thing surprises me honestly, because most people hate chip seal. But I mean, my biggest thing is running out of time. We're racing against time right now is our biggest issue, but we are not going to not do it because, woo, you know, no, we
I think I've heard that 5 times over the weekend.
really, the chip seal, which is, again, everybody dreads it. We get
Well,
nothing.
they read it, but I think they also understand.
They
that that's
appreciate it.
road maintenance, and if you don't do it. it's
Yeah.
gonna be worse.
And, you know, like I said, I still plan on having that list. We've started that list. It's there sitting on my desk. It is there. So I'm not going to not look at it. We're just 1 week at a time, just trying to get everything be here and in the now. But yeah, we are definitely looking at that and working on that stuff.
And the cost part of it though is the concern, cause again, that's why I wanted to bring that up to the council first and foremost, that, you know, the 1 or 2 pieces of equipment that were approved in her budget. We wanted to let you know that We had to get the chipper no matter what, because we didn't have it, it completely went down and we needed it at that point. So again, like I knew that was gonna be a question, but I wanted to stay on top of that. But with, you know, most of our department heads here, I mean, do you foresee that you've completely like just gone outside of the budget that was approved? Cause I feel they've all been very conservative and they've been very mindful of the fact that if we don't get any reimbursement or we can't afford this, then we don't need it. Like they've all, to me, they've all been very mindful of that.
Yes, and that's what we were told in the very beginning by Pasquale, and
Yeah.
that is that, you know, in talks with Tammy and stuff, is that, hey, right now, let's try to live within our budgets that were approved for the storm damage and stuff.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
council finance, but I guess it has been a month when people ask questions, and I'm asking a question. I don't have any idea what it's cost us so far. I hope you guys could easily put something together.
yeah, and
I mean, a rough estimate, I don't, you know.
there'll be an end date too of when.
But I mean, as we go along here with my council hat back on, if we could have an update for our next meeting on, this is approximately what we think we've spent up there. Just to know, if people are concerned, I have concerns budget wise.
Let's do.
And I'm sure you are. And up until now, there were more important things to do than crunch those numbers. I get that. But I think a month into it, that there ought to be, at least being looked at a little bit. I guess.
And again, with all the outside agencies coming and helping and everything and definitely saying like, we're not sending you anything, like we're just here to help.
That was another question. I'm glad you brought that up, because that was a question that was brought up, people are aware that there were other government entities that have come in, other municipalities and, quite a few, I think. Are they being paid? They should be paid by somebody. What's the answer to that? At this point, they're just donating. Yeah.
They've all come and donated their time, equipment, people, resources, everything.
Yeah. That's good.
But we do keep track of their equipment they
Sure.
use and their hours, so if we do.
If we do get, they obviously should
Yeah,
get.
they will get their
Yeah,
reimbursement
they should.
back. Sure.
Yeah.
One of the issues in this county continually is how do we communicate with everybody in the county? Without having a local radio station, local TV or a daily paper, and it's always a challenge, and this just exemplifies it again, that it's hard to communicate, and then rumors get started.
Right.
And so anyway, that's kind of how it's here, so I didn't mean to take up so much.
No, I appreciate you bringing it up because the information does have to be out there and I think Steve is definitely correct. We've all kind of been in that mindset, but at the same time, been very confident in our department heads.
And honestly, I thought about just talking to each one of you individually, and I thought, no, I'm gonna come to the meeting. There are a few people that look at this, and maybe that'll help.
Oh, 100%. Oh, I appreciate it.
So
I do.
I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to pick on anybody or anything. I know I am, and I think everybody that talked to me is very sympathetic about what's going on, and, they do understand things have to be done, but they do have questions about how long it's gonna go on, that kind of thing. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, what are we back to us? Linda? Yeah. Thank you. Anybody else, public comment? Anybody? Motion to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Well.